The drama surrounding the Kelsey Mitchell locker room remarks and her relationship with Caitlin Clark has ignited a full-scale storm in the WNBA, and the ripple effects are being felt inside the Indiana Fever organization, across social media, and among fans demanding clarity. What began as a seemingly innocuous clip from the podcast hosted by Sue Bird turned overnight into a flashpoint. In her conversation, Kelsey reflected on the shifts in the team's identity since Caitlin arrived, stating, "When someone that big comes into something, there are a lot of adjustments. But the biggest thing I respected about Caitlin was that she never tried to be bigger than the program." That one line, "never tried to be bigger than the program," became a lightning rod, and suddenly everyone was watching. On the surface, the comment seemed like a team-first compliment, acknowledging Clark's humility, applauding her willingness to adapt. But beneath the surface, the tone, the framing, the carefully chosen words, and their context injected a far deeper undercurrent. Fans and analysts pounced. Was this praise or a veiled slight? A veteran player's subtle resistance to the arrival of a new star? The firestorm erupted across Reddit threads, YouTube breakdowns, and Twitter timelines, all dissecting every word, every pause, every tone shift. Backdrop matters. Kelsey Mitchell has earned her stripes. She's been a steady scorer, a veteran presence through lean years, shouldering the franchise when it had few bright spots. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's arrival transformed the Fever into a national narrative. She became the engine, the reason for heightened expectations, the brand name draw, the statistical explosion. The shift in hierarchy was inevitable, but messy. The veteran who once was the primary go-to now shared not just the spotlight, but the identity of the team. It's hard to maintain the old equilibrium when a rookie rewrites the narrative overnight. Inside the locker room, the energy was quietly shifting. On court, there were smiles, introductions, and team dinners meant to show cohesion. Off court, though, there were whispers, subtle glances in pre-game huddles, side comments in interviews, an uneasy awareness of a transition underway. When Kelsey spoke about a lot of moving parts and adjustments people have to make, the message hit harder because the context made it real. Here was a veteran acknowledging adaptation, not just to a new star, but to a new era. The clip went viral. One side defended Kelsey. "Look, she's a leader pointing out reality, reminding that no one is above the team." The other side defended Caitlin. "Here's a player redefining what a leader looks like, quiet yet dominant, and this comment undermines her influence." The two factions clashed, hashtags emerged, comment sections exploded. Some creators accused the traditional media of suppressing the tension. Others argued that this wasn't about jealousy, it was about identity and power. Within hours, the narrative jumped beyond Indiana. It became a league-wide story. When the old guard meets the rising star, when legacy meets momentum, when tenure meets breakthrough. What is the role of the experienced veteran when everything changes? What happens when the rookie isn't just the next one, but the one who upends everything? Caitlin's silence in all this has been telling. She doesn't comment on the clip. She doesn't amplify the feud. She just shows up, does her job, slips into the role of both star and teammate. And that speaks volumes. For the Fever, the timing couldn't be worse. With restructure, injuries, elevated expectations, and a fan base demanding immediate results, internal chemistry is no longer optional, it's foundational. If a veteran feels displaced, or if a star feels sidelined, that tension can ripple into game nights, into late practices, into trust during crunch time. And when the public finds out, the scrutiny just amplifies it. Kelsey's comment might have been measured. It might have been honest. But in an environment where every syllable is captured, amplified, and reinterpreted, the meaning now belongs to the public. She, the veteran, is cast as resisting change or speaking truth. Caitlin, the rookie-turned-face, is portrayed as overshadowed or overshadowing. The organization becomes the setting. The media, the audience. And the fans, the jury, which brings us to the crux. In women's basketball's new era, when star power and cultural impact increasingly matter, the lines between program and player, between legacy and momentum, blur. Kelsey Mitchell doesn't need validation. She has a career. Yet the shift in power is real. Caitlin Clark doesn't need to prove she belongs. The platform proves it. And the Fever are now caught between honoring the past and embracing the future. As the dust settles, two things are clear. One, this moment won't go away on its own. Clips will resurface. Analysts will revisit. The story continues. 2. How it's addressed will matter far more than the original words. If the Fever build culture around unity and clarity, this can be a turning point. If not, they risk fracturing at the seams, letting narrative drive them instead of performance. For Kelsey, the next chapter is about reaffirming her role, whether as veteran mentor, system player, or something in between. For Caitlyn, it's about reaffirming her leadership without needing to respond, letting her play do the talking. Ultimately, this isn't just about one quote or one podcast. It's about a moment in time when the WNBA's trajectory is accelerating, when new stars arrive and legacy players must adapt. The tension between the two is a microcosm of change. And in Indiana, the energy inside that locker room, its cohesion or division, will shape more than a season. It might shape a franchise's identity. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the drama inside the Indiana Fever organization, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into women's basketball's biggest stories. What do you think? Is Kelsey Mitchell's comment a subtle dig or honest reflection? Is Caitlin Clark's rise inevitable and unquestionable, or should experience still hold weight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take.